Welcome back to another update on Hive Chain block technologies. And I know in the past couple of videos, I was actually quite bearish about Hive Blockchain. And I think it was more so I felt like there's a lot of risk behind the stock, and the price is very volatile. And just looking at some trends from previous Bitcoin bull runs, I was very uncertain if Hive would actually go up from here on out. And also the Bitcoin bull run is, it's starting to get to a point where things look like there's more risk versus reward. It's very uncertain. I tend to be more conservative, and that's why I was a bit more bearish with Hive Blockchain stock after the huge drop in the stock that we saw, where the stock peaked around February 19th. And looking at some other trends, and I mentioned in my last video, Hive Blockchain didn't exactly follow Bitcoin's price. It actually peaked before Bitcoin decided to peak, and I thought that we were getting close to a Bitcoin peak, and therefore this might be the final price or the highest price that Hive Blockchain would have. If we look back in the past, we can see that Hive Blockchain only reached highs of around $4.71 back in 2017. So with this latest peak in February 19th, 2020 at $6.80, this is a higher price than the previous one. So really my bearishness is more from a risk mitigation standpoint. I wouldn't sell completely out of Hive, but just taking a good amount of money off the table. I did sell out of a small portion of my Hive shares at $4.50, but for the most part, I still have over 1,500 shares. Now let's jump into what happened today. As you can see from the chart here, and I showed in the beginning of the video, Hive Blockchain stock was on a steady upwards trend throughout the entire day, and then all of a sudden at around 350, literally the last couple of minutes of the trading day, the stock decided to spike. It rose 16.79% within the matter of 10 minutes. And this must mean there's serious volume in Hive stock for it to move that quickly. If we jump over to Webull here, I've got this on the 30 minutes. So you can see in the last 30 minutes of the day, the volume for Hive Blockchain stock on the TSX was 2.37 million shares that were changed. And one interesting thing that was pointed out on a Yahoo chat board, which I will pull up right now. This guy, Michael here, mentioned 59 minutes ago that Credit Suisse Broker 72 did the exact same thing on October 30th, 2020, exactly 6 months ago. They bought an insane amount of shares all within the last 10 minutes, and Hive closed up 20%. So now let's scroll back to October 20th or October 30th and just take a look at Hive's charts. So this is the spike that he was talking about. Right here, this was October 30th. I should actually probably shorten this so you can see. So you can see down here, the date for this day was October 30th, and there was a volume of around 3 million shares that changed hands. The stock price rose 17.24%. And he's right, it was literally 6 months ago, and maybe Credit Suisse had some sort of deal or some sort of automatic buying of Hive Blockchain set up so that it buys every 6 months. So that's what possibly happened at the end of today. Now, if we scroll through a bunch of these comments on Yahoo Finance, which I sometimes look at, there's a bunch of comments like, now what happened? Nice end to the dreary month. I've been in Hive since 2017, and I've never seen the price move like it just did. Someone quite possibly got a hold of some information. Monday should be interesting. Well, I'm officially green again. NASDAQ listing. People are extremely happy today to see a 30% gain, but they don't realize they have to return everything back plus interest next week. I can assure you that. So Mr. B here seems pretty bearish. Looking at all the other crypto mining stocks here, Mara is up 7.36%, Riot at 3.72%, Hut at 0.74%, and Hive was a clear winner of today. Here's another theory. Stay Cool says, I guess at the money offering is over. So this is probably talking about Hive Blockchain saying that they're going to be selling shares over the next couple of months. And I believe they announced that share sale in February, where Hive was going to sell shares in order to raise capital for the company to fund operations. And the reason why they're doing this is because they didn't want to sell their cryptocurrencies and believe that their cryptocurrencies could actually gain more than the selling of shares at that price. So in a way, it was really better off that Hive used their stock as currency rather than selling off their crypto assets. MPSQ says, lol, I literally sold a bunch an hour before the huge spike. Murphy's Law. Go Big says 5 million shares traded in like 20 minutes. So let's actually jump over to Webull and look for Hive on the OTC markets. So Hive on the OTC markets, let's check the last 30 minutes. The volume for the OTC market was 721,000 shares. So I guess if we add this with the TSX, it wasn't quite 5 million shares. MS says, manipulating the price so institutions can collect more and more shares at a lower price, FMV. Be patient, this pattern will end soon. It's a long-term investment. Joshua says, I don't think a sell-off will occur on Monday. A lot of bag holders are averaging mid $4-ish Canadian. Maybe the kids who bought at the bottom will sell. I won't sell till $20. Well, I bid you good luck, Joshua. If it goes to $20, I will definitely sell as well. Wall Street Bets took over. I don't think anything happened on Wall Street Bets regarding Hive Blockchain. Let's just check that out. So Google here, I don't see anything about Wall Street Bets. Let's try to change up this search. Hive Blockchain Technologies, Wall Street Bets. This post was 3 months ago. It was removed, so that wasn't from today. Stockhouse might be another interesting place to check. So I don't see any sort of good due diligence here on Stockhouse explaining the actual trade. So personally, my opinion is I believe that Michael's right. Credit Suisse or probably some large institution decided to do all their buying, but based on the pattern of Credit Suisse doing this back in October 30th, I believe that they probably did the exact same thing here with Hive Blockchain just earlier today. So that's honestly the best explanation I could find out there and could give you guys. There's no articles, so let's just do one last check to see if anything just came out in the past couple of minutes. Nope, nothing about Hive Blockchain. So I went to the past hour and there are no news articles on Hive Blockchain. If I take out the stock, there's nothing as well. In the past 24 hours, there wasn't really anything about Hive stock itself. Hive Blockchain announced that further to its announcement on March 25th, it has completed share swap transaction with DeFi, which Hive will receive 10,000 common shares of DeFi Technologies, representing approximately 5% of the existing outstanding common shares of DeFi Technologies in exchange for 4,000 common shares of the company, representing approximately 1% of the company's issued and outstanding shares. So Hive Blockchain, they released this on the 21st of April, so this is not any sort of new news. So yeah, I think that kind of concludes it for Hive Blockchain. Honestly, I think that it's probably just a large institutional buyer coming in and taking the stock up. If we just look at the chart zoomed out, currently I have a pattern drawn here where I do believe that Hive Blockchain is in some sort of wedge. So I think possibly, just looking at the technical analysis here, we've got a pretty huge spike in volume that might carry through to Monday. And the fact that this candle closed above this line here, I want to see a full candle above before I can confidently, or at least 60 to 70% say that Hive Blockchain will probably have another breakout like we did back in February. So that's my interim prediction for Hive Blockchain Technologies. If you guys have any comments or questions about it, leave them in the comments down below. That's all I have for today. If you want to check out 2 other Hive Blockchain stock videos, I've got them up on the screen right now. If you're there, I'll see you there. If not, keep up the grind and have a great day.